Sairam, can you all see the screen? I'll put it on slideshow. Can you all see the screen, please?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay. Today we go on Sairam, everybody. Today we go on to the Namavali 22. Okay. This says Om Śrī Sāi Bhakta Vatsalāya Namaḥ, meaning salutations to Śrī Sāi, who loves and protects his devotees like a mother. Vatsalya means the love of a mother for the child. As our Divine Mother, Sri Sathya Sai Baba lovingly promises us that he will always help us, never forsake us. The totality of divine energy has come as Satya Sai onto humanity to wake up the slumbering divinity of every human being. I will not forsake you. I have come to help, to accompany, and to carry you. I can never forsake you. I will never fail in my duty to my children, but I shall be grateful to each child of mine who helps in my task. It's from the book My Baba and I, page 170. Sri Satya Sai Baba said, He is love, and that this same love is in our own true nature. When He showers love on us, He is expressing His true nature, and He asks that we do the same. I exhort everyone to cultivate selfless divine love, prema, for I am prema. And when you manifest prema, you are only expressing me, the indweller of your heart. Swami often addressed us as embodiments of divine love. He said that this divine love was the most subtle aspect of his teachings. He tells us that when we know ourselves as love, we will see all others as embodiments of love. The path of love is the path of selflessness. For he tells us, love is selflessness. The more we cultivate this divine love that is Sai, the more our ego self diminishes, until at last there is only He. Love all beings, that is enough. Love with no expectation of return. Love for the sake of love. Love because your very nature is love. Love because that is the form of worship you know and like. When others are happy, be happy likewise. When others are in misery, try to alleviate their lot to the best of your ability. Practice love through selfless service. By this means, you will realize unity and get rid of the ego that harms. Sri Satya Sai Baba loved us all as his children, serving us selflessly and showering us with the love of 1,000 mothers. When we live in that same selfless love, each day sharing that love with all, we are walking the path of love that leads to merger in our loving Mother Sai. For self-reflection, there are two questions. How does love dissolve your ego and lead to self-realization? And the second one is, what can you do to bring more of Baba's selfless love into your daily interactions with others? So these are the two questions, and I pass it on to Brother Manoj.
Saira, can you hear me? Sarah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, I was not there in the last session, so I just thought to speak something about Vatsalya. So, like in Indian language, love has different names, and its name changes according to the object or the person it is directed to. So, the love of a mother towards her child is Vatsalya, that is affection. Love that exists between wife and husband is moha, infatuation. And the love that exists among friends and relations is called anuraga, that is attachment. Love towards material object is ichha, that is desire. And love directed towards God in totality is known as bhakti, that is devotion. When the principle of love in every human being is unified, it becomes a cosmic love, that is Vishwa Prema. So here we are talking about Bhakta Vatsalāya. So Swami is loving his devotees like a child. And Baba also says to enjoy the fruit of love, there's only way that one has to practice love instead of seeking to know the true nature of love. Today, the man is engaged in pursuit of wealth and power. The human body and mind will be healthy only when food is consumed within limits. Excessive eating causes us various disorders. So everything the world is governed by the bounds set for it. Means everything like we can see in different frequencies, we can hear in different frequency in the sound. But Baba says love has no limits. Anivarchaniyam prema. Love is beyond the powers of word. It is declared by our sage Narada. So, if you see this love, God dwells in the heart and should be sought there only. And people should close their mouths and open their hearts. Then they will experience the divine love. There are innumerable powers in the world, like atomic power, magnetic power in this world. But the power of love surpasses them all, because life without faith and love is meaningless and useless. It is from love that 5 elements have emerged. It is love that shines brilliantly in every individual. So let's divert our attention. But what is this Vatsalya? So none can exist without love even for a moment, be it is a human being or an animal, or birds or insect. And this love is called the very love, very form of God. So the more we develop love, the more will we experience bliss, and bliss cannot be attained without love. In fact, it is the love that takes the form of the bliss. That is our whole journey in our spiritual, in our world. So let me take you to the Ramayana. And in Ramayana, everybody has talked about Sita, Lord Rama, and other Hanuman and Lakshman. But very few people talk about Bharata. It is so that when Rama was asked whom he loved the most, he directed his direction towards Bharat, his next brother. And if you all know what is Hanuman Chalisa, Hanuman Chalisa is where it's a prayer for Hanuman. It's 40 lines of Hanuman, and where it is said, when Lord Rama is praising Hanuman, he gives a comparison. He says, "You are just like my brother Bharata." Means he didn't compare Hanuman with Lakshman. He compared Hanuman with his Bharat. So I think Rama plays a lot of importance to Bharata in this Ramayana, which is very less talked about. And it so happened, the story goes that after the Lord Rama has come back to Ayodhya, and all like Rama has become king, Shatrughan has become the army chief, and all sort of positions were given. So one day they went to Sage Vashist. So Sage Vashist welcome and said, "Welcome, King Rama." So Rama felt very bad. Why the teacher is giving such sarcastic remark? And he said that why you are calling me? I'm your same Rama which you taught me when I was small. But why you're telling me the king as a king Rama? So Vashist says, well, you are king, so I have to call you a king. At that time you were small. But the thing is that you are saying that you're the same Rama. So how do I know? So Lord Rama said, you can take a, examination for us, and whether we stand true to your liking or not. So Guru Vashist said, okay, I'll give you one question, and please, all of you, all the four brothers, you answer. So Guru Vashist asked one question to each of them and told them that, tell me, what is the most valuable thing in the world? So first answer was Shatrughan because he was a general in the army. He said, bravery is the most valuable thing for him. Then he looked at Lakshman and I said, what is most valuable thing for you? And Lakshman was very devoted to Sita, and he said that, well, Sita is the most valuable asset for because I adore her the most. Then Ram directed, then Vashist directed his question to Rama. And Rama says, for me, the most valuable thing for me is the welfare of the world, because he was a king. So it was his duty to take care of the people. But when the same question was directed to Bharat, Bharat started crying. He just started crying, and he was not giving answer. So after a lot of persuasion, Vashist asked, what is the most valuable thing in the world for you? And Bharat said, my brother Rama is the most valuable thing for me. So you can see that how Bharat loved Rama. And this character is very less spoken about. Because just think of it. He was at his maternal uncle's place when Kaikeyi, his mother, asked boon from King Dashrath that his son should become king and Rama should go for exile 14 years. So there was no mistake in Bharat's. He didn't ask anything wrong, but he was chosen a king. He was given all the powers, but he felt so guilty that he didn't take the kingship. When people ask why you are not becoming king, he said that when you pray to God, we give offer prasad to God. And that prasad, that offering, is just only first prepared for God, and God takes it, and then only others take. So how can I become the king of Ayodhya when I revere Rama as a Lord? Because if I become a king and then I hand over to Rama, it means I'm giving what is I have already tasted, what is with me. So with that sort of conviction, he left his kingdom. He left his everything for the love for Rama. So I just want to touch the Vatsalya of Bharat towards Rama, which is unparalleled in the world. It so happened that Bharat was called from his maternal uncle's house, saying that he should come to Ayodhya. So, but he never knew that his father is dead. So before he reached Ayodhya, there was a Nandigram where the family temple was there, and Rama's all the ancestors and statues were there. So he thought before reaching Ayodhya, I will worship my ancestors. So King Dilip was there, Bharat, and Bharat bowed to each of them. Suddenly he saw there another statue, and that statue is of his father. So he was really shocked, and he's asked the people, "What happened? Why is my father's statue there?" Then the people who had gone to fetch him, they said the whole story, and they said that, well, it was all your mother's wish that king has to die. Of course, Bharat rushed to Ayodhya immediately and traveled to the. But he was very angry with his mother. But he saw that Rama has already left Ayodhya, so he started rushing towards Rama to jungle where Rama has gone. It so happened that it became night, and he has to take shelter in Rishi Bhardwaj's ashram. I mean, it's an ashram there where he took a. So Bhardwaj Rishi said that he looked at Bharat's face, and he found that he's looking he was in agony. And he asked Bharat, "You are the king of Ayodhya. You should not be worried. Can you tell me what is the reason of your worry?" Bharat said, "The reason for my tension is that I am going to meet Brother Rama, my Ram, and I am going to bring him back. But my biggest worry is that if he refuses my request, what will I do? He used to love me so much. I'm not sure he will love me with that same intensity before, because he knows that my mother has taken a given a vow and that he has to go to jungle. So there must be anger in his heart that because of Bharat, I am going to jungle. That is the reason for my worry." So Rishi Bhardwaj said that, well, I don't know how he used to love you before, but a few days before, he spent one night in this ashram. And when he was ready to travel, he was very happy because he is going to uh, start his journey of 14 years of exile. So when he started moving, the Pandits brought water and flowers to pray for his journey. And they started chanting the mantra. And the mantra says, Jambo Deepe Bharat Khande. This is normally when we do prayers in India, other places. The Jambo is the Dweep where the location of the puja is being done. The Jambo Deep, and Bharat Khande means part of India. So the moment this word came, Bharat Khande, Rama's hand trembled and the plate fell down, and there were tears in his eyes. So hearing the story from Rishi Bhardwaj, that my brother Rama still loves me so much that by hearing my name, the tears came into his eyes. So Bharat got little courage that, oh, that is good. Actually, my brother is not angry with me. So it is said that when Rama was leaving in the morning for Chitrakoot, where finally we say that Bharat met him there. So when Rama was leaving, Bandevi, like the goddess of the forest, she was there. And she came to him and asked that any service she can do for Rama. So Rama looked at and said, "Can you do me one service? I have one request." So the Bandevi, the forest goddess, said that, "Let me know, my lord, I will do anything for you to please you." So Rama made a request saying that, "Can you remove the thorns on the way from where I have traveled to this place?" Bandevi asked the forest goddess of the forest said, "Why not? I will remove all the thorns in the road, on the path." But she said, "But you have already traveled that path. And I can see that there are many thorns stuck to your feet. You could have ordered when you're traveling, before you're traveling to this path, my lord." So Rama kept quiet and he said, "I'm asking you to remove those thorns because hearing me passing through this, my brother Bharat will come. And he should not feel the pain during the journey. That's why I'm telling you to remove all the thorns." Hearing this, Mandevi, the goddess of forest, said, "Okay, my lord, I will remove it. But I have one doubt." But Rama said, what is a doubt?" She said, "That is the new king of Ayodhya, Bharat. His feet is so tender that he cannot walk barefooted. That's why you're asking me to remove all those thorns." To this, Rama replied in a very, very emotional way, and he said, "My brother Bharat is very strong. Even the Indra's Vajra will break if he hits him on his chest. So what these small thorns will do to him if they pierce in Bharat's feet?" But why I'm asking you to remove is that if a small thorn pierces Bharat's feet, he will cry because he will feel that, oh, my brother had crossed these thorns and these thorns have given so much pain to him. It is all because of. So just think, what is the feeling of Rama that he can bear all the pain, all the thorns, but he doesn't want Bharat to feel the pain. So this is called Vatsalya. This is called love. Because God will take the pain himself, but not let his devotee, not let his loved ones go through that pain. And that is the quality of Bhakta Vatsalya. And I was told that all this story, the person who was telling this story in a satsang, in a very big satsang in India, it so happened that after 3 days of this satsang, one elderly gentleman came to this teacher and he said that, "Brother, I listened to your story of Bharat and Rama. I'm 67-year-old. I have an elder brother who is 72-year-old. We have not spoken for last 50 years for the property dispute. But after listening to your story of Bharat and Rama's love, tomorrow I'm going to travel to my brother's place with my full family, my grandchildren, son, everybody, and all the property papers. I will keep the documents at my brother's feet and say, whatever you want to take. But let us live the way we used to live when we were in childhood." And sisters, this is the story of love between Rama and Bharat, which is so amazing. People say that, oh, this is an old story. People say that Rama's story, everybody, what is there is so new in it? It is not that. It is when we dive deep into these emotional bonds, these these stories strengthen our heart and fills our heart with love. And then we realize that how much our Lord has suffered for us. Just think of our Swami. You know, he used to write the books in the bathroom, thinking that if the bedroom lights are on, my devotee will think Swami is awake. So if you think these sort of sacrifices our Swami has done, Swami has just mother said once to open a hospital, open a school, and Swami started it. Just think of the love which Swami had for our devotees. So idea of explaining to and going through this story is that we must get in connected with Swami, get connected with Rama, get connected with any God which we want, and get the inspiration to serve others and to love them, love our Lord, so that His love will flow through us. It is said that when Bharat went to meet Rama at Chitrakoot, he had gone with barefooted, all the dress, everything was a king. Everything became dirty or something like that. And the moment he wanted to see Rama, he thought, I will just fall on his feet and say that, please accept me. But you know the love of what he did? He did not let Bharat fall on his feet. Before that, he held him in his arms and hugged him. So this is called Bhakta Vatsalāya, God. And this is what we have to be most importantly, listen to the story, dive deep into the stories, and see what this story mean to us. And like the two brothers, after listening, they went and became together by sharing all the property. It is said that when it so happened that when Bharat was telling Rama that please come back, it was the most important night in the life of Rama. Because it is not when Lakshmana was hit by the van, he was fainted. It is not when the Sita was kidnapped. It is not that night. The most important night in the life of Rama was this night. Because he loved Bharat so much that he could not have refused his request and and gone back to Ayodhya. So this night was the most important and most significant night in the whole Ramayana. And what happened? Because all the people in Ayodhya wanted Rama to go back, come back to Ayodhya and rule. So with this story, Rama taught a big lesson that sometimes this populist people's pleasing ideas is not always correct. Rama wanted to preserve. Rama wanted to preserve the rule of his dynasty, which says Raghukula Reeti Sada Chali Aayi, Prana Jaye, Par Vachana Na Jaye. It means whatever it comes, if a Kshatriya has given a vow, he must obey it, whether he leaves his life. So he obeyed that principle and he didn't budge to return to Ayodhya. So just think that when you are living a life, it is not the pleasing, it is not the prayers, it is the shreyas that matters. And this is how Rama showed by this example, by not let, he could have gone and ruled the Ayodhya, but no. He wanted to follow the father's principles, follows the honor which is given to father. And that is the reason that Ramayana is still read and taught in all the Hindu families. So, brothers and sisters, this is what Bhakta Vatsalāya Lord is. And how to remove our ego and everything is to just give our love as much as we can to Lord or the God whom we want, so that there is no distance between him and us, and we become part of it. Now, I asked Sister Kamlesh to put this. This is the story of Lord Krishna and his childhood friend called Sudama. It's written in Hindi, so you may not be understanding it. This is also one of the great devotee of Lord Krishna. See, Lord Krishna and Sudama, they were childhood friends and they studied together in Dvaipayan Rishi's ashram. And they got the education there. It so happened that one day the Guru asked them to fetch the wood. It was raining. So they both, Krishna and Sudama, they went to the forest to fetch the dry wood. But it was raining so much that they could not find. So there was a trunk which has no leaves. So they thought they will cut and take it back. And it so happened that after when they cut the wood and they were taking it, again started raining. So what they did was they sat on the wood, thinking once the rain will stop, then they will take the dry wood to the ashram. Lord Krishna started feeling hungry, but even the Sudama. But Sudama had few grains in his pocket. So he started eating sneakily without telling Krishna. So Krishna said, "Oh, we are feeling very hungry, what to do?" But Sudama did not share the grains with Krishna. And it so happened that Lord Krishna became the king of Dwarika. But Sudama was a poor Brahmin. He used to beg and collect food for his family. And it so happened that he was so poor that there was no food in his house. But he used to talk about Krishna, that I have studied with Krishna, I have studied with Krishna. So his wife told you, talk about that, like if I have a prime minister, I will try and say, my prime minister, my friend, I can go. So people say, you're so close to such a big king, why don't you go and get something here? You're living such a miserable life. So after a lot of coaxing, Sudama went to meet Krishna at Dwarika. Sudama didn't have proper clothes. The dhoti was torn. He didn't have shoes. There were thorns. There were cracks in his feet. And his wife has given small puff rice in a small handkerchief, which said that you're going to meet your friend. You offer. So Sudama went. So when he went to the gate of the kingdom, the gatekeeper said, "You get out, you beggar! Why you're standing here? Because this is King Krishna's palace." He said, "Yes, I know, but I'm his friend. I want to meet him." So the gatekeeper said, "Get out! You are such a in tattered clothes. How can you become a Lord Krishna's friend?" But he persuaded the gatekeeper to just go and tell that his friend Sudama has come. So you see what will Bhakta Vatsala means. The gatekeeper went and told Krishna that one beggar has come. He says his name is Sudama and he wants to meet. The moment Lord Krishna heard the name Sudama, he came running barefooted to receive Sudama. You see, the love for God is so intense that if a devotee with pure intensity comes, he leaves all his businesses just to come and help. And when he saw Sudama, he hugged him in the palace. Everyone was thinking, what is this Dwarkadhish that Krishna is doing? And it so happened that it is said that he wanted to wash Sudama's feet, but he didn't ask for water. It is with the tears of his eyes he washed Sudama's feet. So that is the love of Lord. That if a devotee with pure heart comes, he even cries for him. And it so happened that Krishna knew that he's very poor, and sneakingly he told his ministers that you send people and make his house equally as the Dwarka palace is there, and put lot of grains, lot of money so that Sudama can live a very happy life. But Krishna was knew that he has got some puffed rice sent by Sudama's wife, so he snatched from Sudama. I said, "You haven't forgotten your old stealing habit? Give me. This is my sister-in-law has given for me." And it is said that he took one bite, and with one bite of that puffed rice, the amount of wealth went to the Sudama's house is amazing. When he was about to take the second or third one, I think some lady from the house said, "No, Krishna, just leave it. Don't take, otherwise everything will go to Sudama." But you see here, even then, in that poor state also, Sudama did not ask anything from Krishna. He was so hesitant that the love I have got from Krishna is more than enough. Why should I ask for the wealth? See, that is the purity of the devotee. And when Sudama started to return, he was in a two mind. I see he was telling me, "Oh my God, my wife sent me that you should, the Dwarkadhish is your friend. Get some money, get some food, get some wealth. How can I ask? I just wanted his love. That is more than enough." Hesitantly, he walked back to his village. And it is said that when Sudama reached, he could not find his house because there was a palace built by the time he reached. And then he could only recognize when his wife from inside said, "Oh, why you're standing here? I'm here. See, I've become the queen like Lord Krishna has given." So this is the Bhakta story of Bhakta Vatsala. That see, in 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 during Krishna time, Arjuna also asked. Arjuna asked for kingdom. Lord Krishna gave him kingdom. But here, Sudama did not ask anything because he knew that Krishna knows what he wants. So why he should ask? So in the life of Krishna, where everybody knows that he was a politician, he had done Ras Leela and all those things. Story of Krishna would not have been that complete if this chapter of Krishna and Sudama's story is not told to the people. And this is what the Bhakta Vatsala means. to me. So let's love our Swami so much. Let love our Lord so much that we don't have to ask anything. Whatever He gives is enough, in whichever situation you are there. And that is how we can adore our Swami with this side. Any questions, please? Silence.
Sairam. Interestingly, I don't know this is connected or not, Manoj. When I came to know Baba at the time, physically Swami was healthy, nothing. He was just healthy. And I did have few talk, at that time, very inner, knowing Swami is God, and he is physically fit, So I remember that time I said, in my heart, I just told her, Swami, you know what is suffering? You are God, you are physically fit, do you really know what is suffering or not? Something like that, I was asking in my heart, talking to Swami like that. Then later in life, Swami was on wheelchair and all that, So that also showed that Swami on wheelchair is the love for the world, Because the question that I put to Swami is, Swami, you are physically fit. What do you know about suffering? So actually, Swami on wheelchair is like showing the world, though I'm God, I also like you. As a human being, I go through suffering. I suffer and yet I move forward in life. So I don't know how you think about this, but I felt that it's very related to what you share. Swami suffer on wheelchair is because for the world. As I said last time before, a friend got some physical problem, went to see Swami. Small problem or some big problem. When he saw Swami on wheelchair, he dare not ask anything because Swami is worse than him. Sairam.
Yeah, Sam, brother, it's correct. See, the story of Lord Rama is not of miracle. It's not of anything. He led a life which a normal human being lived. He cried when Sita was kidnapped, isn't it? A lot of people ask question, oh, he was a god. Why he has to cry for his wife? So idea was that Rama, when he lived, he wanted to make an ideal person who can live in the world and who can follow his living and teaching. And it's not a very superhuman thing, which if he would have done, he could have done like Swami or something miracle, and then he could have brought. But those times, people are so pious that it was not needed. They could understood that Rama is Lord. So it so happened that Lord Rama lived a life which any human being can follow. Even our Swami also, though he used to do miracles, he used to attract people or to let them know that he is divine. But you see, he went through the pain. He went through the pain and then he used to say, I'm not feeling the pain. This body is feeling the pain. So every time an avatar has come, he has changed himself according to situation to teach the lessons of love, to teach the lesson of spirituality. And this is what Swami is about. I still remember that one of the Swami story that he used to run miles to go to the school and come back and cook food and give food to his grandfather. Again goes back to school, and in the evening come prepare food. And when he used to prepare rasam, because the rasam had so much of medicinal value that people used to ask. And then finally, the number of tumblers which used to be kept in line outside Swami's house was so many, but he used to still prepare so much of rasam for everybody. So you just see the living of avatar is itself a lesson which a human being need to refresh the pages and do like that. And you see, most of us here are following that sort of thing. Like, when we do seva, we never ask money from people. The money comes. So these sort of things, which is there in Sai organization, is unique because Swami has given us those lessons. He says that seva has to be done within our means, and even if you don't have anything, just send good feelings or smile. So these sort of things, which Swami has taught, is one of the valuable lessons which, if we live in our life, maybe we will become Bhakta Vatsalāya. Maybe we will, wherever we go, we can shower the love on the people. So this is what the story is. So the idea is that we have to dive deep into the story and take out the gist of what the story says. And that is what we are doing in this 108 mirrors. And I'm thankful that this is being done here in our Saira. Sister Kamlesh. Anybody else anything to share, please? And let me know if any had questions.
Hi, Sairam brother, there's one more slide for you. You asked for.
Okay.
Brother Manoj.
Yeah. Another story is of is Dhruva. Dhruva was I know you all still know the story, but I just wanted to refresh here that his love was, you know that his Utanpath, his father, and he had two wives, Suruchi and the other names. One is Suruchi, and another one was I'm forgetting the name. So Dhruva's mother was not favorite to the king, Utanpath. So one day Dhruva wanted to. He said his mother that I want to sit in my father's lap, but his brother from the other mother was sitting, and she shouted at him saying that you cannot sit on your father's lap. Only my son has got the right. And that hurt Dhruva so much that he said that I want to get this boon to sit on my father's lap. So Narad went him and asked him that you can only pray to Lord Narayana, and this is how Dhruva went to pray in the jungles, and he prayed so ceaselessly, so much that there's so much of penance he did was that Lord Vishnu has to come down and give him darshan. And then he asked, what do you want? And Dhruva asked that, I want to know why my father didn't let me sit on his lap. And here then Lord Vishnu says, come and sit on my lap. So that was his thing. And then Dhruva said, I don't want to leave. I want to be with you. He said, no, you have desires, worldly desires. Must go and fulfill. And do become a good king. And I promise you that you will be worshipped. You will be known throughout the generations. And that is what it is said that the polar star or Dhruva is this young king. It was all because his love for Vishnu was so much that he was given this position in the celestial beings to let people know that you should always be steady towards your goal. So this is the story of Dhruva, but I think we have many more things to share. So let others share in the group. I just shared quite a lot. So Saira.
Sairam brother.
Anybody has anything, please? Because I was not there, so I didn't discuss. So I thought maybe I share whatever way I could on this podcast.
Sairam, I think it was really very nice, Brother Manoj. Really, the stories were very inspiring, and especially the establishing the relationship. So I was just thinking as you were narrating the story, and how the Lord himself is so close to this. So since this subject matter is about 108 mirrors, then the question is, how do we mirror them? So I was thinking that maybe the biggest problem in the world today that is going to happen in the future, now and the future, is the disease of disconnectivity. See, the disease of disconnectivity means that people are going to become increasingly disconnected. You can see that in the families of those days and today and tomorrow, there's a growing distance as a result of the way in which the world is living and the way the trends are coming, and also Maya factors last. So many things that makes people distance from each other. So one of the things that we should learn from this example that was given just now is how we ourselves can create even a stronger fraternity. So Swami has created the cells in the body in the form of the Sai centers. So now we must see whether we can create the spirit of Vatsalāya among the devotees ourselves, you see, the fraternity becoming closer, treating each person as really a strong member of the family, showing the same affection, same intensity of feeling. If all that is there, the energy will be so strong that people who even come from outside will want to become and belong to this fraternity. So everybody is looking for a place to belong to. And now also another big disease is loneliness and aloofness. All this is coming more and more. So if we ourselves increase Vatsalāya with our own people, first in the first instance, I think then it will become like an oasis in the world, in the whole ocean, in the whole desert. We are like the oasis that can exist for the purposes of developing fraternity and love. So I just thought that while you were narrating all that, I thought this was the thing to add on, brother.
Yes, brother. You're truly saying that. This, I was really hearing this story of this teacher who was talking about this. So he said that there was a question which came to him that it must be for some communist people from India. They said, what is there new in Ramayana? I have two brothers and we are not together. So because they are not behaving like Bharat and Lakshmana, so how can there be unity in this? So the teacher said, you just become like Rama, nothing else. Your brothers will become Bharat and Lakshmana. So it was so powerful statement. I really thought that yes, if he showered his love to the brothers, if he showered if he sacrificed, because love is what? Sacrifice. And if you are ready to sacrifice the dearest of all things, like in these cases, just think of Dasharath, Bharata. He said that, what is this? What is this crown and everything for me when Rama is not there for me to serve? I mean that that respect, that urge to be part of Rama was so that he neglected his wife, because his wife was living in the palace with mothers and he used to live near the place. Below the ground he used to sleep, and keeping the sleepers on the top, he used to run the kingdom. So I was thinking that, my God, the love was so strong that a king who is born and that he was born in a palace with all the facilities, all the things, just because he loved his brother. And today you see how much fight is there in the brothers. Small things and everything, people separate small thing and then people don't talk and all those things. So if these stories are taught so intensely when the child is strong, with these values are followed in the houses, I don't see any reason that those children, those families will stray away, because that is imbibed from the childhood in the children, and they will follow that. I still remember that I was very small, and my mother used to say that they told me the story of Shravan Kumar, that he used to carry his parents on the swing, and the Tirth Yatra. I don't know, those stories still, when I remember, the tear comes in my eye that how much that man must have suffered just to help, just to take care of the parents. When these stories, when the child is small or when the mother is pregnant in the womb, and these stories when they hear, the impression, I mean, you all know that Abhimanyu, that he could Chakravyuh, he could break it. He could have gone in because he was in the womb of the mother. That time Krishna and he heard it. So idea is that when these things are taken care, I think the family's bond will increase more and more. That is what I think in the parent care and all those things we should invest on our platforms. Sister Kamlesh.
Hi, Ram. No, it's very difficult to go from that topic. It was such a beautiful, just mesmerizing topic you talked about. Now we go to the question. How does love dissolve your ego and lead to self-realization? Swami has told us that I divided myself from myself so that I can love myself. So, as we all have come from that one source, that is God, so we all are the sparks of the divine. So, every living being has the same consciousness in love. God is love, love is God. So, we should live in love. But with our birth, the Maya is also born. And this Maya is the veil, the ego. So Maya is not frightened by anyone's name, fame, wealth, power, position, skills, or knowledge, or anger. No, even the greatest of the men have not been able to escape the Maya, or the ego. And in spiritual parlance, this is denoted as the I, me, and the mine. So the ego is I, me, and the mine. And our question is, how does love dissolve this ego and lead to self-realization, that which is I, the God within us. The ego, the I in the ego is the body, which the I says that, okay, I am the doer. It's me who is the greater one. And what I have done, I have got is mine. But the reality is that the I is the God within us. And we all are one. And He is the divine, our source. And we have to reach that source back again home. Now, ego comes with many things, like there's a name, fame, wealth, learning, skill, anger, as I've said. So let's first I'll take the topic of the wealth. How wealth, wealth, when you earn so much money, it's so much that you have done, it brings you position and power in the society. And one sees oneself as the greater one and sees the others as the losers. But on what basis? Is it not on their fat bank balances? They think only they have, as it brings them name and fame. But the more importance they give to the wealth, and the wealth holds onto them. So there's a story which denotes this. A few people were on the bank of a river. They saw a rug being swept in the river and say that it seems to be an expensive one. So one man dives into the river, holds onto the rug. But it happened to be a bear. People on the bank shout, let it go, or you will be swept away. He shouts back to them, I've let go of the rug, but the rug doesn't let me go. Fame and wealth are like this bear. When one gets fame and wealth, They like it, but at one point they also get fed up with this, maybe due to some limitations, and they want to let go of it. But that wealth won't let you go because of its enchantment. It holds you tight in its clasp. So here, one is just trapped in the ego. It's difficult. Once the ego comes, it's difficult to come out of it. Then the second one is about learning, knowledge. So this is another way that ego holds on in its clasp. One's degrees, one's achievements, and maybe being a double PhD or a gold medalist, which expand their social circle or have powerful access to some great leaders and their status and their power. So they just hold on to that and just think that I have done it, I am the only person. So this ego is clinging on to them like this. So possessing this knowledge, is it not that the person has lost himself in the clouds of this ego? And forgetfulness is a cloud that covers a person's awareness. One has forgotten that worldly and material things are just temporary. They all come and go. In all humility, it would be better to remember one's own source. Connect everything to God, that He is the giver, He is the doer. Without Him, I'm nothing. Then skills. For the skills, like Arjuna was the skilled archer. His name and fame had spread far and wide. One day, walking along the river with the Krishna, he was thinking that Rama couldn't build a bridge to Lanka and the Vanaras had to help him. I could have just done it in no time with my arrows. Now Krishna, the all-knowing, he sensed the pride sprouting in Arjuna said that if you could build a bridge over this river, and I will call Hanuman, he's Chiranjeevi, he's here. He will cross this river. So Arjuna now had the chance to show off his skill. Soon, with the shower of arrows, the bridge was complete. Lord Krishna called out to Hanuman, who came instantly, and as he put his first foot on the bridge, it came crashing down. Arjuna's pride was humbled, and Krishna was silently smiling. So, humility is lack of pride. Here, the pride, like the God has his ways to bring down one's pride. So, for this, in our life, we have to tame our ego. This is another one, how the ego just holds on to you. Anger is another one, for instance. Sometimes in our daily life, we just think that, okay, I've been so nice, I've been so kind and humble, and then when I've always been so nice to a certain person, and we tell them, why were you not nice to me? It means we have an expectation, I'm nice, so you also have to be nice. So in defining myself in this manner, that I'm a nice and a humble person, actually, I'm storing anger in myself every time another person was not being nice back to me. So in another instance, when I have a hard time struggling at home or at work, the colleagues are taking advantage of me. So here again, I don't say anything. I don't stand up for myself, but the resentment in my heart is burning. And the ego in me is still there, that I have always been a nice person, so I have to be a nice person. I will not say anything to anyone. But in my view now, this is ego. We are somewhat becoming like a doormat. Anybody can do anything to us in our humility. I don't think that is right. So we have to be aware of our dignity. And what's the dignity? To remind ourselves that Baba said, I am God, you too are God. The difference is that I know that I am God, but you have forgotten that you are God. And we should remember that God, that how we respect God, how we love God, and that is the dignity that He lives with. Now, when we forget that, it is a lack of awareness, lack of the love for myself. So how to overcome this ego? We go on to love. So first we have to have that humility, which doesn't mean that being a doormat, but it means that we see others' greatness over us, and in their greatness we get inspired to search for the potential within our own self. And when we find that potential within ourselves, our self-confidence comes in, is boosted. And this self-confidence will come with faith in God, that He is in me, He is around me. And Baba has told us many times that I am in you, you are in me. And God is love, love is God. So live in love. So with this awareness, we are filled with full confidence in ourselves and will uphold ourselves with that dignity of God. Now, having this self-confidence with the faith in God, we advance in the search of our own potential and we sense our true self-worth, mature and straightforward. So when we recognize our worth, we develop greater love for our own self. And then we progress on to the next step, that we find self-satisfaction. With the self-satisfaction, our consciousness automatically starts expanding, and we do not want to be stuck just in our limited self. We want to expand. We want to come out of trying to expand our consciousness. We look around with great joy. We are looking for the God within the other people around us. And maybe while doing so, we meet so many people of different categories and whom we have never noticed. And now we start recognizing that the Spirit of God in those people. And we can now maybe realize the agony behind their smiles, or their needs in their for the physical well-being. So a love sprouts in your heart, in your spirit. And with that comes the spirit of service. You would like to serve these type of people and find out what is the agony behind them? What are their needs? So when this spirit of service arises from within, slowly and steadily this transforms into the selfless service, wanting to serve more and more people without expecting anything in return, till one likes to give up on their own self. They just give in, or all their time, all their wealth, all what they have, they can give, all their knowledge. So that has now transcended into self-sacrifice. So now self-sacrifice has made its home in our loving hearts. So this selfless service is the only and the greatest pathway to self-realization. And when the heart speaks to another heart, it is the love that is transmitted. And this is the only way to realize the self, which means having unconditional love and forgiveness. Now, unconditional love, it will drive away all the bad thoughts and forgive everyone genuinely. It does not receive anything in return, for the divine love gives and gives and gives, never to receive anything in return. So all these will come when we stick to Swami's teachings, like the brotherhood of man, fatherhood of God, and starting the day with love. So Swami has always taught us with so much love, that love is the basis of man, and love is the only power that can make you divine and realize that all are divine similarly. And that is the self-realization that we get. All these are the steps that I've just talked about, that how love can conquer ego and we transcend to self-realization. Then this self-realization comes with total surrender to a Swami. Just we surrender all our thoughts, our words, our actions, all the work that we have done, all the services that we have done. We surrender to Swami, that it is He who has done within us. He has made us do. He was working within us. And so we take refuge inside with the self-realization. Sai Ram. So now we will have our speakers, the shares. So I would like now Brother Govind to speak, to answer those two questions. When what he said, both the questions were, how does love dissolve your ego and lead to self-realization? And the second question was, what can you do to bring more Baba's selfless love into your daily interactions with others? Sairam, Brother Govind, are you there?
Sister, I have got a bad call. Please carry on.
Oh, so can I share your points?
Yes.
Okay. So Brother Govind said that, why do we get angry and irritated? Is it due to the vasanas? And he shared that initially he was a very angry man, and though it has decreased, it is definitely still there. And he is a service coordinator, and through service we reduce our ego, our selfishness, and self-audit helps to remind of the flaws and the steps to take in future. And the second question, how to bring more of Baba's selfless love into your daily interactions. Brother Govind said, we have to reach out. We reach out to the other communities, not only stay limited to the Sai family, expand to the society, and others can join in. Interaction with the NGOs was very successful for them, and selfless service with love. They became role models for that. Sairam. Second was Sister Geeta. Sister Geeta, are you there?
Yes, I am, sister.
Okay, can you please share the sharings that day, of that day?
Oh, selfless service. Okay.
Yeah, you talked about selfless service the other day.
Yes. Well, from my own experience, I noticed that, it has really helped, to be conscious of others' welfare, while you serve. And outcome of that, of course, is to be more aware of others' comfort, others' what shall I say, others' happiness. As SAI means service, and then I becomes last, I is last, right? SA, I'm not sure it is, but anyway, it actually teaches us a lot. It does. There's being of service to others. We learn to be empathetic, compassionate, to be conscious that others need to be happy just as we ourselves need to be happy as well. So selfless service is one way in which not only we be happy, but others also will be happy. That's my take on it, Sairam.
Okay, thank you so much. Sister Ramini?
Sai, Sai Ram. Yeah, I think that day we discussed that sometimes how we react in anger or irritation, it could be due to maybe our vasanas that we have brought, or could be what we had to go through difficulties in our present life. But above all, it's all about our ego being hurt. So the answer, we realize that it's love. The answer is love. Now, as we have come into Swami's fold, realizing that our very nature is love, if we practice that, which has become sort of a form of worship, our lives now have got transformed in constant remembrance of Swami and his teachings. So I think I shared an experience. Sometimes working with poverty-stricken pregnant mothers, we go into the shanties. We face frustration, like emotions like frustration, and sometimes we get depressed as well. So because we face situations where we are really helpless, and then so it's not only us that who do this social work. The organization meet people, so they may also be facing similar situations, but with being with Swami and with this constant remembrance, and we are working as a team, we start like radiating love. We are able to overcome all these emotions, and also like as a team, we get like assistance from psychologists and people like that. We transform ourselves. So that was, I think, what I shared that day. Sai Ram.
Yes, Sai Ram. So the next person was Sister Prasanna, and I'm sorry to say that she is not here today because she is on a flight and she's traveling. So she spoke about unconditional love, which I think I can share with everybody. Just 1 minute. Okay. Sister Prasanna said that when we get angry, our ego is at the top. We forget ourselves and forget to see the God in the other person. We start writing, and slowly it will become our nature. Sometimes we are exposed to the situations where we do get angry. Then Swami's Namavali Sadhu Manas Parishodhakaya Namaḥ comes to my mind. Baba is giving me test if I can really practice unconditional love. This makes me more positive and strong to practice unconditional love because I want to pass this test and please Swami. I apply strategies for this. Relating an experience in Puttaparthi, we had an interview and all were elated. Swami too was very happy. But why? Because all devotees were happy. This is love. Sometimes jealousy may crop up, as in she got a job but I didn't, but soon realized that it's my journey and this job may be for her. When others are in misery, we mostly can't do anything. We need to increase our awareness of the environment and the world. Be aware, be curious to find out what their needs are. Have good health, good mental state, go and support, but with discrimination to take action. And she said that we are blessed to recognize pure love. The Ho'oponopono prayer is very powerful. Keep saying it so that love and harmony follows. Additionally, praying to Swami, who listens to our prayers. During the time of the Pahalgam attack recently, the power of prayers was very magical. Sai Ram. So with this, no. Straight. So my take was like how to bring more of Baba's selfless love into our daily interactions was like helping others with lots of love without expecting anything in return. And passing some smiles, it expands my heart and also expands the others' hearts also. And they cost nothing. And of course, we being housewives, like at home, when the maids, they make mistake. So we are just now, like, we just say, like, just be careful next time. So now, no more anger, no more saying aloud, or why you didn't take care, nothing. So just be careful next time is the remark given to him. And even if a glass breaks, it shatters on the floor. So we have to be tell them to be very, very careful. Wear your slippers before you clean up so that you don't get hurt. So these are some of the little examples that we are practicing in our daily life to practice more of Baba's selfless love. And also, like in the hot weather, thinking of the motorbikes, the taxis. So like they work so hard going into in the heat of the sun. So we make some chilled drinks and distribute to them, just for one example. So this is how, like I'm trying to bring Baba's selfless love into my interaction with the others. And this is a powerful prayer that I find every morning and every evening that we do. Like that, I read this out. So every morning we pray in our life. Everybody prays, I think. Oh Lord, I'm born now from the womb of sleep. I'm determined to carry out all tasks of this day as offerings to Thee, with Thee ever present before my mind's eye. Make my words, thoughts, and deeds sacred and pure. Let me not inflict pain on anyone. Let no one inflict pain on me. Direct me, guide me this day. And at the end of the day, before going to bed, oh Lord, the tasks of this day, whose burden I placed on you this morning, are over. It was you who made me walk and talk and think and act. I therefore place at thy feet all my words, thoughts, and deeds. My task is done. Receive me. I am coming back to you. So this keeps us connected to our Lord, Swami, with more love flowing in us and from him. Sai Ram. This is the end of our presentation. Anybody would like to say anything? Sai Ram?
I think it's already
I
9
don't
o'clock.
Yeah, it's over 9. Finished.
You finished exactly at 10 o'clock sharp.
Okay.
Must have timed there. Okay, so it's very nice presentation. Everything was comprehensive. Just the ego. Maybe next week when we begin again, we can just revise that that ego part, because that is where we really need to become a little bit more vigilant, and maybe we can just spend a bit more time there and discuss that. Otherwise, it will be a very nice presentation. So till we meet again, dear brothers and sisters, please don't forget this very valuable presentation. We'll revert back next week and revise some of this. Sister Kamalesh, so don't go off next week. So we will present this, okay?
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, brother.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sai Ram, thank you so much.
Samastaloka Sukino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Saram.
Ram.
Sai Ram, thank you.
Saram, thank you very much.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, thank you.